Balneário Camboriú. Actually, this city is everything that the typical Brazilian city is not. Capitalism on steroids, a playground for the bourgeois. But one thing stands out about this city. It is a very wealthy and international city, driven by ambition, driven by strength of diversity. A lot of Argentines are here investing in real estate. The Portuguese are here, and more recently, the Americans, even the Angolans and other Africans are also here. Because the prices of real estate here is quite insane. 4 or 5 decades ago, this used to be a town, from a fishing village to a resort town. But at the moment, it's a beehive of hyper-capitalism. If you just land in this city, you will notice something very uncommon. It is very un-Brazilian. Although Brazilians form the majority of the population here, Portuguese is spoken, but you also get to see a lot of people speaking even Japanese, but more popularly spoken here is Spanish, because of the Latin Americans who have made this place their home. And this state, Santa Catarina, is actually about the fastest growing state. Within a space of 5 years, over 500,000 people entered this state in search of opportunities. And actually, almost all of them got one, if not two. Is also a state whose economy is driven largely by manufacturing, logistics, and real estate. But one good thing that happens here is that the government knows the importance of paying moderate to low taxes. So they are very much very mindful of the amount of tax that they impose on the populace. And that has been the attraction for this city. It's very wealthy, extremely wealthy. And by Brazilian standard, even by world standard, before, the neighborhood of Leblon used to house the most expensive square meter. But I think now Balneário has dethroned it. And also some places like Itaim Bibi in Sao Paulo, Balneário has taken over. And more interestingly is the fact that somewhere down there is a project called the Senator. Senator is going to be, in the coming months, the tallest residential building on the face of the planet. It's a very bold statement in my own perception. And one of the things that baffles me is that people don't even know about this city. Even most Brazilians don't know. But now it's being noticed, it's getting noticed more and more as the days go by. If you look at the lifestyle here, the ambience, the looks, and the rest of them, you will notice that it looks somewhat in between Miami and Dubai. Maybe that was the reason why it is being called the Dubai of Brazil. It has some semblance to, at least I've actually observed that. And one other thing there is that the rent prices here are very crazily high, but you cannot blame the government or the developers, because the prices of items here are also very high too, and the demand also is very high. But then, on a low season, this city has a population of 200,000. But on a high season like the Christmas period, which is the Latin American summer period, the city could grow up to 1 million or even at times 1.5 million. It never sleeps. And the infrastructure here works very well. People here are very much relaxed, and you could see that life here looks very good on the surface. But then you need to pay for it. You need to pay for them with cash. So that's where the issue comes in. So it's not a city for everyone. But for holiday makers, there are also options. So most people want to spend their time here. First go to the neighboring city down there called Itajai. I think where they get cheaper accommodations, because in the high seasons here, the cost of the hotels here are very unbearable, even to the global standards. So people choose a cheaper option, or rather choose to stay in the hostels where you share beds and probably have the luxury of getting to buy your own things and cook in their kitchens. It's a very wealthy city, I must confess. But then there is something that struck me here, is the mindset of the people living here. It is a mindset that knows no limits. People here believe everything is possible because they are already turning their impossibilities into possibilities. They are very good educational system. The quality of life here can be comparable to anywhere in the world, I must confess. The infrastructures here are world class. The schools here intact. The hospitals here are almost reference hospitals in Brazil, if not Latin America. So you get to have a mix of so many things all in one. And most people that work here commute from other cities around, like the city of Camboriú, which is different from Balneário Camboriú, and also the city of Itajai. Some come to work from Bombinas and the rest of them, and it's fun. And the number of foreigners living here is also very insane. So in one of the apartments down there, you could see the Twin Tower, which is actually an apartment where Neymar Jr. invested a lot of money. So recently, the popular Real Madrid or former Real Madrid star Cristiano Ronaldo has also invested in one of the big FG skyscrapers here, and Vinny Jr. and the rest of them. So it's a very touristic city, and it's very amazing. So you can see the motorcade there. You can see the motorcade moving at me. Yeah, so it's a very amazing city. You can see the pirates here. In the oceans too, they have the pirate ships where you can travel on the pirate ships and get to have the Jack Sparrow experience firsthand.